Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, the morning Qso-Vlog test. That, if you have a radio you want to check out, we are recording now until noon. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. There's a Whiskey 4 station out there. Whiskey 4 station. Tell you what, why don't you come back and give me about 10 seconds. Tell me about your antenna system, and let me go around the horn and see if I can get a better copy on you, Roger.
This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, W4NDK in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm working with a 40-meter Delta loop right now, up about 35 feet, and engaged to FTDX-10 running 95 watts. And I'm down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Over.
Alrighty, sir. That call sign, give me that call sign one more time, slowly, phonetically.
Sure, it's Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
November Delta Kilo, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
November Delta Kilo, Roger, Roger. What's the name there? My name is Nate. November Alpha Tango Echo.
That's Nate. Is that a Roger?
That's Nate. Is that a Roger? That's a Roger, Roger.
Alrighty, Nate. And what radio are you running this morning?
Yes, I'm running a Yaesu FTDX-10, Fox Tango Delta X-Ray 10. Over.
Roger that. Well, you know, what we specialize in is transmitter setups. We have a procedure, if you might be interested. It starts with you verifying that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth mode, Roger.
Transmit bandwidth mode, Roger. Filter selection of 100 to 2900 hertz.
Yes, sir. That will enable you to get the best performance out of your radio. Now, you can go to a wider frequency response, but then you have people coming to look for you with pitchforks. So it's good to stop at 2900, and you can get a good EQ curve on 2900 and sound great. Okay, so the next part of our setup is engaging your engaging your processor. I've got notes here at 30 on the processor, Roger. 30
on the processor, Roger. Okay, I'm at 50 right now. I'll drop it down to 30.
Yes, sir. That's it's a nice range. You'll never really hear it on the air, but it does wonders as we try to get a 3 dB dynamic range, which is our goal in our setup. So processor on at 30. Then move to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7, I guess it would be, Roger.
7, I guess it would be, Roger. Audio. Okay, it's at 22 now.
Okay, so that's just slightly to the right of mid-scale on your ALC meter?
Slightly to the right of mid-scale on your ALC meter? Yes, it's at 7 now. It was at 9, now it's down to 7.
Good. Because what we want is a very loud but very clean. Then let's move to your let's see. AMC should be at 65. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but it sounds like you are, and it sounds like it is. You're running a 3-band parametric EQ, and you're on the P. Since we have our processor in, you'll be on the P series of EQ controls, and we'll start with your EQ1. Let's see, let me get that here. I have notes. I thought I was going to be able to do these things just by generic I should be able to, but some menus are more complicated than others. So we're on EQ number 1, which is bass. We want to set that on 200 cycles, level -5, 200 cycles, level -5, with a width of 4, Roger.
5 with a width of 4, Roger.
Okay, I'm at 100 with a EQ level of 5 with a width of 1.
Okay, so change those. You want the frequency to be 200 cycles, Roger?
You want the frequency to be 200 cycles, Roger?
Okay, it's at 200.
All right, sir. Then you want the level at -5. I think you said you were at that. And you want a width of 4. Width of 4, Roger.
Width of 4. Width of 4, Roger.
Okay, I'm at a width of 4, -5 for the EQ1 level and 200 hertz.
Roger, Roger. Okay, and let's move to EQ2, which is the mid frequency, and we want that flat or off, whichever comes first, flat or off for EQ2.
First, flat or off for EQ2.
Okay, it's off.
Alrighty, then we move to EQ3, which is treble, and we want a frequency of 2.7. Frequency of 2.7, level +7, width of 4.
+7, width of 4.
Okay, I've got that set now.
Okay, so your frequency is 2.7, Roger.
Okay, so your frequency is 2.7, Roger.
Yes, it is.
+7 and width of 4, Roger.
+7 and width of 4, Roger.
Oh, Roger, Roger.
Alrighty, and then why don't you tell me, Nate, about the thing you like best about your radio in about 15 seconds or so.
Best about your radio in about 15 seconds or so.
Well, I like to be able to adjust the parametric equalizer. I like using the A2MD100 microphone with it, and the receive on this radio is excellent. I like to be able to pull out really like the contour setting. Over.
Roger that. Okay, and I never got to my local antenna. I'd like to get to my local antenna and see what you're doing there. Give me just a little bit more. Tell me about your antenna system one more time, Roger.
Antenna system one more time, Roger.
Yeah, it's a wire, green wire, kind of stealth, about 30 feet up. It's a unusual shaped delta loop. It's not your typical triangular delta loop because I had to deal with the trees that I have and where they are in the yard. And I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Back to you.
Roger, Nate. Sounds really good, I think. And if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. And it'll probably be called Test and Today's Date. Test and today's date. What is the date today?
And today's date. What is the date today?
Today is the 19th of May.
Okay, so it'll be called 5/19/23 test, something like that. You'll see it there. This is kind of an extra recording. We usually are on the afternoons, but we're thinking about moving over to mornings. Roger, Roger.
But we're thinking about moving over to mornings. Roger, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Well, you've always entertained me, and knowledge of radio is excellent. And I like the setup of your studio. I've been watching you for quite a while. KC9VKV, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
Roger, Nate. Well, like I say, I'm running a cheat sheet now. I'm running a tablet that's got most of the information that I need about let's see here. It's the, let me get it down here. It revolves around Yaesu radios mainly, FT991A, FTDX-10, FTDX-101D, and FTDX-101MP. Those are radios that are fairly complicated because of the flexibility, shall we say, of the controls. And I think they're much too complicated for the average Joe. I think the average Joe wants to talk, and I think there may be too many options there for him to comprehend it. And Nate, remember, if you come out of compression, or I'm sorry, if you come out of your processor, you will go to another EQ bank, which I don't know anything about. So I've EQ'd you for the P series with your processor on, Roger.
For the P series with your processor on, Roger.
Yep, QSL, understand, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the help. I need to turn my monitor on so I can hear myself too, but I've got that pretty much turned down. I'll go over and look at the YouTube. One of the videos I really enjoyed was when you interviewed W4NDK, Mark out of Greensboro. He does the 1010 Legacy Net. And another one I really enjoyed was way back when you did the Mount Mitchell repeater. You've done it a couple of times. The highest repeater on the East Coast, 145190. And by the way, they're having a picnic this Saturday off the Blue Ridge Parkway for the people that talk on that repeater. Over.
Yes, that's one of the greatest repeaters in the country. That altitude, what is that? 6,000 feet or something?
6,000 feet or something?
6,600 is what they say unofficially. 6,600 net is their net that they have on Saturday night, but it's actually taller than that. Over.
Yes, one evening, it was always mornings, I think, pretty much, that I managed to make the trips late evenings, early mornings, and I was lucky enough to talk to the Elvis man that had the vision to establish that repeater, the father of that repeater. He has a deceased, is that correct? He's no longer with us?
No longer with us?
Yes, he's a silent P. He used to check in all the time, and he lived in Landrum, South Carolina, at the base of Tryon Peak, near Hendersonville, North Carolina. Over.
Roger, yeah, that repeater is just beautiful. It's 405 miles from my location, so whenever I had the opportunity to hit it there, I was running some 10-foot antennas there. I forget what the gain was, but pretty high gain at 75 watts, and it was always nice to make it there. I think our record is about 9 times that we have reached Mount Mitchell, Roger.
9 times that we have reached Mount Mitchell, Roger.
Oh yeah, QSL. That's excellent. That's great to hear. They've done a good job of resetting that up 20 years ago when they took it down, and 10 years ago, and now W4DE is working on it. But you have really gotten into that from pretty far away, being in Minnesota, I believe. And I've talked to people from Indianapolis, but I have talked to them simplex from the top of Mount Mitchell. There's a campground and a good tower up there. Over.
Yes, sir. We're around Louisville. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville, and so from us to there is 405 miles.
There is 405 miles.
Oh, QSL. Well, that's where I've talked to somebody from up there. I don't think I spoke with you. It was somebody that I spoke with before up there at the parking lot at the top of Mount Mitchell. And I was thinking about going up there and camping this weekend, but when the weather starts to get rainy, the winds will. It's always a pleasure talking to a veteran of the broadcast world, as I started off the broadcast and then kind of moved into sales and technology from there. 73, I'm going to let you pick up someone else to help them, and I'm going to go listen to my YouTube video, if that's okay with you, at KC9VKV W4NDK.
Roger, Nate. What is your location, sir?
Roger, Nate. What is your location, sir?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes, sir, Nate, got you there. 73, sir. You have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. And again, if you're familiar with how to get there to YouTube, on a YouTube search, go for KC9VKV logbook, and that will take you. That will take you to this recording, but this recording will be entitled today's date. Wait, give me that date again. This is kind of an impromptu situation here.
Give me that date again. This is kind of an impromptu situation here.
Oh, I understand. It's the 19th of May. And next time I'm at Mount Mitchell or on the repeater, maybe I can make a contact with you. So that would be very enjoyable when we have a band opening. But nice to talk to you, and say 73 from W4NDK, Nate in Charlotte.
Roger, Nate. This will be called Test 51923. Test 51923 is on the title, so that would be how you would identify this. There will be another one later this afternoon, which will be our normal one, which is our group recording. But this one will be called Test 51923. Roger.
Called Test 51923. Roger.
Oh, Roger. I appreciate the assistance, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Roger, Nate. 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is a morning version of our Qso-Vlog net. I'm Jim, KC9VKV, and we are experimenting with maybe running our show back into the mornings instead of the afternoons. We'll see how it goes. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.